Some stories are too dark to tell, yet they linger, waiting for someone daring enough to listen. Tonight, we awaken the shadows of the past. Welcome to Quite History. There, transmitting electricity without wires, lighting bulbs miles away. He believed energy could be drawn directly from the Earth's magnetic field, clean, free, and universal. What he offered was liberation. What they saw was loss of control. That was Tesla's real war, not against nations, but against the empires built on ownership of energy itself. Oil, coal, current, the lifeblood of profit. A world powered by free energy would end them all. So they called him a dreamer, a madman, a myth. Easier to bury a genius under ridicule than to face his truth. In 1977, a declassified document surfaced mentioning Project Nick, an attempt to recreate Tesla's particle beam weapon. Another memo from 1982 referenced directed energy systems based on high-voltage resonance principles attributed to Nikola Tesla. Even today, modern railguns and laser systems operate on concepts he outlined in 1937. And yet, few remember the frail man who died alone feeding pigeons in Bryant Park. His war was fought not with armies, but with ideas, and the greatest of them all may have been this, that energy and consciousness are one and the same. As the 21st century unfolds, new experiments in quantum resonance and wireless power again echo his words. Tesla's lost frequencies reappear in the hum of satellites, the pulse of cell towers, the vibration of the world itself. Perhaps he never lost the war. Perhaps his inventions simply took a century to be understood. The year after Tesla's death, 1944, the world was still on fire, but in the quiet corridors of the OSS headquarters on E Street, a different kind of battle was being fought, one over knowledge, knowledge that could decide the future of humanity itself. In a sealed room known only as Room X, Colonel James Harper sat with two other men, Dr. Vannevar Bush, head of the Office of Scientific Research and Development, and Dr. John G. Trump, the man who had examined Tesla's papers. "Let's be clear," Bush said, his voice measured, almost priestly. "The material confiscated from Tesla's hotel room isn't just eccentric rambling. Some of these schematics reference fields we don't even have mathematical models for yet." Trump nodded slowly. "That's true. There are references to longitudinal energy waves, what he called scalar waves. They seem to move through the ether itself, not space in the conventional sense. If he was right, they could transmit power or information instantaneously." Harper leaned forward. "Instant communication, instant energy transfer. Imagine what the Germans could do with that." Bush replied, "That's why we'll keep it classified. No public record, no patents. It'll be folded under defense research. Name it whatever you want. Project Nick, Operation Rainbow, it doesn't matter. The world isn't ready for this." And with that, Tesla's legacy was sealed behind steel doors and red tape. Unbeknownst to them, someone else was already searching for the same information. In the crumbling cities of war-torn Europe, Soviet intelligence officers were collecting scientific documents from Berlin, Prague, and Vienna. One of them, a physicist turned agent named Ivan Smirnov, had orders from Stalin himself. Find the papers of Nikola Tesla. Bring them to Moscow. The Americans cannot have them all. Smirnov's sources in New York whispered of trunks of notebooks moved to a warehouse in New Jersey. Tesla had once corresponded with a Yugoslav diplomat, sending him fragments of his research to be kept safe from greedy hands. Those fragments, Smirnov believed, still existed somewhere in Belgrade. By 1946, Both superpowers were hunting the ghost of a man. The Cold War had not yet been named, but it had already begun. Meanwhile, in an unmarked laboratory outside Washington, Dr. Trump and his small team were attempting to replicate one of Tesla's final designs, an apparatus he'd called the magnifying transmitter. It looked deceptively simple, a giant coil surrounded by a spherical terminal, capable of producing millions of volts. When powered, it emitted a low, almost musical hum, a tone that made the air shimmer. Instruments nearby went haywire. Compasses spun. Watch hands trembled. Trump's assistant, a young engineer named Ruth Elwood, took notes nervously. "Sir, the readings, they're off the charts." Trump frowned. "Increase power by 10%. Let's see where the resonance curve goes." The hum deepened, filling the lab like the voice of a sleeping god. Then, without warning, the lights dimmed, the floor vibrated, and every piece of metal in the room began to buzz. And just as suddenly, it stopped. When the smoke cleared, one of the instruments, a sealed steel sphere, was dented inward as though some invisible pressure had compressed it. Trump stared at it silently. Then he whispered, almost to himself. He wasn't talking about energy transmission. He was talking about field manipulation. Later, in his report to the OSS, he omitted that line. Across the ocean, Ivan Smirnov arrived in Belgrade posing as a cultural attaché. He met with old friends of Tesla's family, one of them a distant relative who kept a locked trunk of letters claiming they were Nikola's dreams for the future. Inside, Smirnov found pages of calculations, notes on time waves, and a strange symbol, 3 interlocking spirals marked 369. He photographed everything. When he returned to Moscow, the NKVD sent the images to a group of scientists at the newly formed Institute for Electromagnetic Studies. Their conclusion? Tesla had found a way to manipulate space-time curvature through resonant frequencies. They called it chronomagnetism. Within a year, Stalin approved a classified program, Project Kronos. Its goal? Explore Tesla's theories of time displacement. Back in the United States, the files on Tesla grew thicker and stranger. Reports surfaced of electromagnetic anomalies during radar tests in the Atlantic Ocean. Navy destroyers briefly vanished from screens. Pilots reported luminous clouds that appeared and disappeared without cause. When questioned, the military called it equipment malfunction. But Colonel Harper knew better. He'd seen the documents, the ones describing Tesla's belief that the Earth itself was a giant conductor, capable of transmitting standing waves through the Earth's crust. If one could control those waves, one could affect anything connected to them, machines, radio, even human thought. It sounded insane, but then again, so had the atomic bomb. By 1951, as the CIA replaced the OSS, Tesla's work found a new home under Project Bluefire, officially listed as atmospheric ionospheric research. Unofficially, it was the testing of directed energy transmissions. One scientist involved later described it as the early skeleton of what would become HAARP. Tesla's name was never mentioned. In secret, the experiments intensified. Towers were erected in Alaska and Nevada, generating frequencies that resonated with the Earth's magnetic field. Locals reported auroras in the wrong season. Birds fled the area. Compass needles drifted. And yet, the data was undeniable. The Earth could be made to sing. The power Tesla dreamed of, limitless, wireless, clean, was real, but it was being weaponized. Meanwhile, Soviet scientists working on Project Kronos encountered their own mystery. In 1954, during a high-voltage resonance test near Lake Baikal, an experiment generated a field so strong that instruments briefly recorded a temporal echo, a repeat of signals a fraction of a second before they were emitted. They called it time reflection. Rumors spread that a technician vanished during one of the later tests, only to reappear minutes later, older by several years, confused, unable to speak. Of course, the government denied everything, but those who worked there whispered a name that was never written in reports: Tesla's Gate.
Frequency communications, to satellite power transmission, and even early experiments in electromagnetic shielding. Scientists working on ionospheric heating and long-distance power beaming frequently cited Tesla's early experiments as foundational, recognizing that many of the equations he had formulated decades earlier accurately predicted the behavior of large-scale electromagnetic systems. Tesla's influence extended beyond energy. His ideas about frequency, resonance, and field manipulation inspired modern explorations in biophysics, neuromodulation, and even non-invasive medical imaging. Researchers studying the interaction of electromagnetic fields with biological systems often trace the conceptual origins of their work back to Tesla's theories of oscillating currents and energy harmonics. While he had envisioned it for lighting cities wirelessly, the principle found application in understanding cellular resonance, magnetic stimulation, and advanced diagnostic technologies. Today, Tesla's legacy continues to shape our world in ways both obvious and hidden. Wireless power transfer, high-voltage laboratories, quantum communication, and electromagnetic research all bear the imprint of his ideas. Large-scale experiments like HARP, particle accelerators, and satellite-based energy transmission systems are not just technological milestones, they are extensions of Tesla's vision. His insistence on observing the universe through patterns, frequency, and resonance remains a guiding philosophy for physicists exploring the limits of energy and matter. Yet, Tesla's work also serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between innovation and control. Many of his discoveries, initially intended for public benefit, became tools of national security, military strategy, and geopolitical leverage. The irony is striking. A man who dreamed of free energy for all inadvertently sparked decades of classified research, creating technologies that could both illuminate the world and weaponize it. In retrospect, Tesla's true legacy is not limited to inventions or patents. It is the enduring influence of a mind that saw beyond the visible, that conceptualized a world powered not by profit or borders, but by universal energy. Modern science, technology, and engineering, from radar to satellites, from quantum devices to electromagnetic research, owe a debt to Tesla's ideas. Every time energy is transmitted wirelessly, every time resonance is used to probe the Earth or the cosmos, the echoes of his genius reverberate. Tesla's work demonstrates that the frontier of science is often invisible to the present, but tangible to the future. His pursuit of knowledge, unbounded by conventional limitations, created a foundation that continues to inspire and challenge humanity. The devices and systems we now consider modern marvels were, in principle, envisioned by a man in a New York hotel room decades ago, scribbling equations that bridged imagination and reality. Nikola Tesla's legacy is alive not in monuments, biographies, or popular myths, but in the continuous humming energy of the world he sought to understand, a world shaped by resonance, frequency, and the infinite possibilities of invention. His real war was not fought with weapons or armies. It was fought in the mind, in the laboratory, and in the subtle manipulation of the invisible forces that govern the universe. That war continues, quietly, through every circuit, every field, and every pulse of energy that flows through the planet today. Tesla's vision, once dismissed, now forms the backbone of our technological civilization. The world may never fully comprehend the depth of his insight, but the fingerprints of his genius are everywhere. In the power grids, the satellites above us, the communications we take for granted, and the still growing field of quantum and electromagnetic research. He foresaw a world connected by energy, informed by frequency, and limited only by human imagination. Tesla's legacy is that vision made real, resonating across time, space, and the continuing march of discovery. Part 4. Modern implications of Tesla's discoveries. As the 21st century unfolded, Nikola Tesla's work, once dismissed as eccentric or impractical, became increasingly relevant. His understanding of resonance, electromagnetic fields, and wireless energy, ideas sketched in dusting notebooks over a century earlier, now intersected with the cutting-edge frontiers of science and technology. From quantum computing to artificial intelligence, from renewable energy networks to global communication systems, Tesla's principles quietly shaped the infrastructure of modern civilization. One of the most striking examples of Tesla's enduring influence is quantum computing. At first glance, quantum mechanics and Tesla's early electrical experiments seem unrelated. Yet Tesla's work on high-frequency oscillators, resonance, and energy harmonics laid conceptual foundations for manipulating discrete energy states. In quantum systems, the resonance of qubits, tiny isolated units of quantum information, mirrors Tesla's fascination with harmonic alignment. Researchers today often rely on harmonic control, microwave pulses, and field resonance to stabilize qubits, echoing the physical principles Tesla first explored over a century ago. In laboratories worldwide, quantum engineers are experimenting with Tesla-derived principles. For example, microwave cavities used to control superconducting qubits are tuned according to resonance phenomena that Tesla meticulously mapped in his own high-frequency experiments. Even Tesla's focus on phase alignment and waveform interference has direct relevance to quantum entanglement and error correction protocols. His insights into the behavior of oscillating fields inform how energy can be transmitted, modulated, and controlled at the smallest scales. Without Tesla, many of these methods might have been discovered decades later, if at all. Tesla's vision also resonates in the field of artificial intelligence. While he never directly conceptualized digital computation, his work prefigured modern AI architectures in subtle ways. Tesla emphasized the observation of patterns and the analysis of complex systems, whether it was electrical currents, planetary resonance, or atmospheric oscillations. Modern AI systems, particularly those modeling natural phenomena, rely on similar principles: identifying correlations, predicting emergent behaviors, and controlling energy flows. In energy grids, Tesla's ideas have inspired the development of AI-driven predictive models for power distribution, load balancing, and grid stabilization, enabling renewable energy sources to integrate efficiently. Renewable energy itself owes a significant debt to Tesla. His early experiments with alternating current, high-voltage transmission, and wireless power provide the underlying principles for modern electricity networks. Today, solar farms and wind turbines rely on sophisticated inverters and harmonic controllers, converting natural energy into grid-ready power with minimal loss, an extension of Tesla's work on efficient, high-voltage transmission. Wireless energy transfer, long dismissed as speculative, has seen breakthroughs in inductive and resonant technologies, with applications ranging from charging electric vehicles to powering medical devices. Tesla's original concepts of resonant energy transfer have transitioned from laboratory curiosities into commercial and industrial reality. Global scientific projects, particularly in atmospheric and space research, continue to draw from Tesla's discoveries. The High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, HAARP, often misunderstood in popular culture, investigates ionospheric resonance and electromagnetic wave propagation. Tesla's theoretical predictions about the Earth's conductivity, the transmission of energy through natural media, and the manipulation of resonant frequencies have guided scientists in designing experiments that probe the planet's electromagnetic environment. These studies inform satellite communications, global navigation systems, and even climate monitoring. Moreover, Tesla's focus on harmonics and resonance has influenced fusion research. High-energy plasma confinement and resonance heating in tokamaks and inertial confinement systems rely on oscillatory principles that mirror Tesla's early work on high-frequency currents and field harmonics. While Tesla's dream of limitless energy was never fully realized in his lifetime, modern fusion experiments are now testing some of the very concepts he proposed: the containment and transfer of massive energy flows through controlled resonance systems.
Tesla's ideas have also become central to discussions of sustainable and decentralized energy infrastructure. His vision of wireless energy grids and free-flowing power inspired conceptual frameworks for modern microgrids, which integrate renewable sources, energy storage, and automated management systems. Countries like Germany, Japan, and the United States have adopted AI-enhanced energy networks that optimize the flow of electricity based on consumption patterns and environmental conditions. Tesla's principles of efficiency, minimal loss, and global energy accessibility are embedded in these systems, demonstrating that his century-old insights remain relevant and addressing today's most pressing energy challenges. In the realm of communications, Tesla's legacy is everywhere. Wireless data transmission, Wi-Fi, satellite internet, and even the emerging technologies of 5G and 6G networks exploit electromagnetic principles he pioneered. Tesla's early experiments in high-frequency, long-distance signaling presaged today's ubiquitous, globally interconnected networks. Modern engineers use carefully tuned frequencies, harmonic alignment, and resonance management to maintain stability and minimize interference, techniques that echo Tesla's experimental notebooks. Tesla's influence extends beyond technology into scientific philosophy. He encouraged seeing the universe as an interconnected system of energy, frequency, and vibration. This holistic view resonates with contemporary scientific paradigms, including quantum field theory, networked systems, and Earth system science. Tesla's insistence that energy is universal, transferable, and observable in natural patterns underpins modern interdisciplinary research that spans physics, biology, and environmental science. Remarkably, private companies are also building on Tesla's legacy. Firms developing wireless power solutions, energy harvesting devices, and resonant charging systems directly cite Tesla's patents as inspiration. His conceptual groundwork in high-voltage transformers, tuned circuits, and alternating currents has made possible technologies that were once considered science fiction, now commercialized across the globe. Even in aerospace, Tesla's theories find application. Electromagnetic launch systems, advanced propulsion technologies, and experimental plasma-based engines all rely on concepts of energy transfer, resonance, and field manipulation. While the devices are orders of magnitude more complex than Tesla's original apparatus, they are fundamentally linked to the principles he envisioned: the efficient and controlled transmission of energy through space and matter. In the medical field, Tesla's resonance-based experiments have influenced magnetic stimulation therapies, ultrasound devices, and non-invasive imaging technologies. Tesla's early observations of harmonic effects on biological systems anticipated research into electromagnetic interactions with cells, tissues, and neural networks. Modern neuromodulation devices, from brain-computer interfaces to targeted stimulation treatments, are arguably indirect descendants of his exploratory work on the interaction of electricity and living matter. Ultimately,
Tesla's modern legacy is not confined to any single discipline. It spans quantum science, renewable energy, AI modeling, satellite communications, fusion research, medical technology, and global energy infrastructure. Across continents and fields, his principles inform the way scientists think about energy, systems, and the interplay between natural laws and human innovation. Tesla's vision of a world interconnected by energy, powered efficiently, and governed by the universal laws of resonance is no longer purely theoretical. While humanity has yet to achieve the utopian ideal of free, wireless energy for all, Tesla's conceptual foundations permeate the systems that sustain modern civilization, from AI-driven energy grids to experimental quantum networks, from fusion laboratories to satellite constellations. The fingerprints of Tesla's genius remain unmistakable. As humanity steps further into the 21st century, confronting challenges of climate, energy, and information, Tesla's work offers more than technological insight. It provides a paradigm. Observing patterns, harnessing resonance, and integrating systems across scales are lessons as vital today as they were a century ago. Tesla's legacy demonstrates that innovation is not merely invention, it is the ability to perceive connections invisible to the ordinary mind and to translate them into transformative realities. In every pulse of electricity, every oscillating qubit, and every wireless transmission, the resonance of Tesla's genius continues. His discoveries have become woven into the fabric of modern science, subtly guiding the development of technologies that define our era. The genius who once lit bulbs without wires and spoke of free energy for all has left a living legacy, one that continues to shape our technological, scientific, and philosophical understanding of the world. Nikola Tesla's vision, once marginalized, now underpins some of humanity's most sophisticated achievements. His ideas remind us that the future is built not only on what is seen, but on what is imagined, explored, and ultimately realized through persistence, insight, and an unshakable belief in the potential of science to transform the world.
Part 5. The Future Possibilities of Tesla's Work. As humanity moves deeper into the 21st century, the relevance of Nikola Tesla's discoveries extends far beyond their historical impact. While Tesla's inventions were revolutionary in his own time, the principles he pioneered, resonance, wireless energy transmission, high-frequency currents, and global energy harmonics, are poised to underpin technologies that may transform the future in ways even he could scarcely imagine. From space-based power systems to quantum-enabled artificial intelligence, Tesla's vision continues to offer a blueprint for possibilities that bridge imagination and reality. One of the most promising avenues lies in wireless energy on a global scale. Tesla envisioned a planet powered without wires, energy transmitted freely through resonant frequencies that could be tapped anywhere. Today, researchers are exploring space-based solar power systems, SBSP, that echo Tesla's original concept. Satellites equipped with high-efficiency solar panels convert sunlight into microwave or laser energy, transmitting it down to Earth with minimal loss. Unlike terrestrial grids, such systems could provide continuous, renewable energy to remote regions, disaster zones, or urban centers, making the world's energy infrastructure more resilient and equitable. Tesla's early experiments with high-voltage oscillators, field resonance, and wireless energy transfer are foundational to the engineering challenges these systems face, demonstrating that the dream he pursued over a century ago remains achievable. Artificial intelligence is another domain where Tesla's legacy offers inspiration. Modern AI systems increasingly rely on advanced energy management, real-time sensor networks, and distributed computation, concepts Tesla anticipated when he imagined interconnected energy and communication systems. The principles of resonance, harmonics, and synchronized oscillation can inform AI algorithms that optimize power grids, coordinate autonomous vehicles, or manage sensor networks at planetary scale. By leveraging these insights, future AI architectures may operate more efficiently and in alignment with natural energy flows, creating systems that are not only intelligent but inherently sustainable. Tesla's insights also inform the frontiers of quantum computing and quantum communication. As physicists develop large-scale quantum networks, they face the challenge of maintaining coherence over long distances and minimizing interference. Tesla's work on high-frequency resonance, waveform alignment, and energy harmonics provide both conceptual and mathematical tools to address these problems. Future quantum communication networks may rely on principles analogous to Tesla's scalar wave theories, using controlled oscillations to transmit information with minimal loss, potentially enabling instantaneous or near-instantaneous global communication. His work also hints at possibilities for quantum energy transfer, where energy could be moved or stabilized at quantum scales using resonant field manipulation, a concept still in its infancy but rooted in his pioneering experiments. In the field of renewable energy, Tesla's vision continues to inspire breakthroughs in energy storage, grid integration, and efficiency optimization. High-voltage, wireless transfer, and resonance systems are being explored not only to connect renewable sources to the grid, but to create decentralized networks capable of self-balancing. Future microgrids and smart cities may employ Tesla-derived resonance techniques to harmonize energy flows, reduce losses, and integrate diverse sources such as solar, wind, geothermal, and even tidal power. Tesla's philosophy that energy should be clean, abundant, and universally accessible resonates strongly with global efforts to combat climate change. Space exploration presents another realm of possibilities rooted in Tesla's discoveries. Concepts such as wireless energy transmission, directed energy propulsion, and resonance-based communication could enable long-duration missions to Mars, the Moon, or beyond. Directed energy systems inspired by Tesla's theoretical teleforce concepts are being studied for asteroid deflection, space debris management, and propulsion assistance. Tesla's focus on harnessing natural fields and frequencies to achieve practical effects has become increasingly relevant as humanity seeks sustainable and efficient methods to operate in the harsh environments of space. Tesla's influence also extends to medical technology and human enhancement. Modern research into electromagnetic neuromodulation, targeted stimulation, and bioelectric therapies draws directly from his exploration of field effects on matter. Future applications may include advanced diagnostic tools, non-invasive treatments for neurological disorders, and even brain-computer interfaces that operate through controlled resonance rather than invasive electrodes. The principles of frequency, harmonics, and energy coherence that Tesla explored over a century ago continue to guide the development of technologies that interact safely and efficiently with biological systems. Global scientific collaboration is increasingly taking inspiration from Tesla's vision of interconnected knowledge and resources. International networks of renewable energy stations, satellite constellations, and scientific sensors are being designed to operate in harmony, sharing data and energy seamlessly across borders. Tesla's insistence on observing the universe as an integrated system, one where energy, matter, and information are interconnected, provides a philosophical framework for projects that transcend national interests and aim to serve humanity as a whole.
Even the exploration of novel physics owes a debt to Tesla. Concepts such as energy resonance with the Earth, manipulation of electromagnetic fields, and high-frequency interactions are influencing research in gravitational wave detection, zero-point energy studies, and advanced particle physics experiments. While Tesla never had access to modern instrumentation, his intuition about energy patterns, field interactions, and resonant amplification aligns closely with the methods physicists now use to probe the limits of reality. His notebooks, often dismissed as speculative, contain ideas that are only now becoming testable through contemporary technology. Tesla's vision also inspires socio-technical innovation.
His dream of freely accessible energy suggests a world where resource scarcity is mitigated by technological ingenuity. Emerging technologies like wireless microgrids, distributed AI-controlled energy networks, and planetary-scale communication systems could make Tesla's utopian ideals feasible. Energy and information available to all, managed intelligently and sustainably. His principles could serve as the foundation for designing cities, transportation networks, and global infrastructure that are energy efficient, resilient, and adaptable to the challenges of climate change, population growth, and technological complexity. Finally, Tesla's influence on the future lies not only in specific technologies, but in his approach to problem solving, an emphasis on imagination grounded in rigorous experimentation, seeing patterns invisible to conventional thought, and pursuing knowledge for the benefit of humanity. As science continues to advance at unprecedented speed, Tesla's approach, combining vision, mathematics, and hands-on experimentation, remains a model for innovators seeking transformative solutions. In the decades ahead, Tesla's discoveries may enable technologies that blur the line between energy, information, and matter. Wireless planetary power grids, quantum communication networks, AI systems operating in harmony with natural energy flows, and space-based energy and propulsion systems all carry the mark of Tesla's insight. The principles he uncovered continue to offer guidance as humanity confronts the twin challenges of technological advancement and sustainability. Nikola Tesla's future possibilities are limited only by human imagination. What he once pursued in a New York hotel, scribbling equations on scraps of paper and dreaming of a world lit without wires, now resonates across laboratories, power grids, satellites, and quantum computers worldwide. Tesla's genius is no longer just a historical curiosity. It is an active, living foundation upon which the next century of science and civilization may be built. Tesla once wrote, "The present is theirs, the future for which I really worked is mine." Today, that future is beginning to unfold as the world finally realizes that the resonance, energy, and vision of Nikola Tesla are not relics of the past. They are the blueprint for what is yet to come. Part 6. Tesla's hidden experiments, secret archives, and potential untapped technologies. Even decades after Nikola Tesla's death, the full extent of his work remained partially obscured. While much of his published research and patents were widely available, a significant portion of Tesla's personal notebooks, correspondence, and experimental notes were seized by the U.S. government shortly after his death. The Office of Alien Property Custodian, operating under wartime mandates, cataloged his possessions, 40 trunks of manuscripts, notebooks, drawings, and models, but much of it was never made public. Many of these documents were transferred to the Department of Commerce and the Department of Defense archives, classified for national security reasons. Researchers who later gained partial access to the Tesla archives discovered that the inventor's work extended far beyond AC motors, high-voltage transformers, and radio transmission. Among the most intriguing materials were detailed studies on scalar waves, longitudinal energy transmission, and electromagnetic field amplification, concepts that only decades later would begin to intersect with advanced theoretical physics and cutting-edge engineering projects. Tesla's notes suggested he had experimented with ways to transmit energy not merely through space, but through the fabric of the Earth itself, using resonant frequencies to achieve efficient, long-distance energy propagation. One category of Tesla's hidden experiments involved high-frequency wireless energy transfer. While the public knew him for spectacular lighting demonstrations, the private notebooks revealed repeated trials with coherent energy beams, designed to transmit significant amounts of power across great distances. These experiments foreshadowed modern research in microwave power transmission and laser-based energy beaming. Engineers at institutions like Caltech,
MIT and Stanford in the late 20th century reported studying Tesla's original schematics for inspiration, noting that several designs anticipated principles now applied in satellite-based solar power systems and planetary-scale energy grids. Another area of interest in Tesla's archives is what he referred to as resonant mechanical oscillators. These devices were small, portable, and capable of producing highly precise vibrations. Tesla claimed that, under certain conditions, these oscillators could affect physical structures, inducing resonance that amplified natural frequencies of objects. While anecdotal accounts of earthquake machines circulated in Tesla's lifetime, modern researchers have reinterpreted these experiments in the context of structural resonance, vibration energy harvesting, and mechanical amplification, noting that Tesla's designs were far more controlled and precise than legend suggests. Tesla's work on directed energy devices, often sensationalized as death rays, also revealed a nuanced and technically grounded exploration of particle acceleration and beam propagation. While Tesla never achieved a weaponized system, his notebooks indicate he successfully created focused energy pulses capable of disrupting mechanical targets over short distances. Some of his calculations suggested the potential for long-range applications, but he ultimately abandoned development for practical and ethical reasons. Modern studies in high-energy directed beams and non-lethal energy projection technologies trace conceptual lineage to these early experiments. Perhaps the most tantalizing aspect of Tesla's hidden work is his exploration of Earth's natural energy fields. Tesla hypothesized that the planet itself could be treated as a conductor, and that energy could be tapped, stored, and transmitted through naturally occurring resonant frequencies. These insights are now echoed in research on geomagnetic energy, ground-based power transmission, and experimental resonant energy extraction technologies. While Tesla's methods were constrained by the limitations of early 20th century instrumentation, the underlying physics has informed the design of experiments seeking renewable, decentralized energy sources.
Tesla also left detailed observations of atmospheric electricity, including studies of lightning, ionized air, and high-altitude electric phenomena. He theorized methods to harness these phenomena, from controlled lightning discharge to the creation of artificial ionospheric currents. Today, experiments in atmospheric energy harvesting, ionospheric manipulation, and plasma-based energy systems can trace inspiration to Tesla's original notebooks. Some modern proposals for wireless power grids and energy beaming from high-altitude platforms echo his century-old concepts with far greater precision and control. The archives also contain correspondence hinting at collaborative projects that never materialized publicly. Tesla wrote to various scientists, financiers, and government officials about experimental ideas involving space-based energy transmission, ultra-high frequency oscillators, and planetary-scale resonators. Many of these proposals were never realized due to financial, technical, or political constraints, but the notes provide a roadmap for technologies that remain under exploration today. Some physicists and engineers have revisited these archives in recent decades, discovering that Tesla's unbuilt concepts align closely with modern experiments in quantum resonance fields, space solar power, and high-frequency communication arrays. Even his ideas about the interaction of energy with biological systems have modern relevance. Tesla conducted controlled experiments with oscillating fields and their effects on tissues, cells, and even consciousness. While much of this work was anecdotal or exploratory, contemporary research in bioelectromagnetics, magnetic stimulation therapy, and neuromodulation reflect principles Tesla first hypothesized. Today, devices such as transcranial magnetic stimulators and electromagnetic imaging tools build upon conceptual frameworks Tesla explored a century ago. One of the most mysterious aspects of Tesla's hidden archives involves what he called non-physical energy phenomena. While he documented these studies carefully, the science of his time lacked the experimental tools to validate them. Some passages suggest he believed it was possible to transmit energy or information through subtle environmental resonances, an idea that resonates with modern explorations of zero-point energy, quantum field interactions, and long-range energy coupling. Researchers in advanced physics occasionally cite Tesla's notes as inspiration for novel experimental approaches to fields that remain at the edge of current scientific understanding. Despite the tantalizing possibilities, much of Tesla's work remains locked in archives or classified repositories. Some of his confiscated materials were later declassified in part, revealing correspondence with U.S. military and intelligence officials about energy-based systems. However, the full scope of his research into high-frequency energy transmission, directed fields, and resonance technologies remains incompletely documented. This leaves a gap between what was achieved and what may yet be possible. Tesla's notebooks, combined with modern computational modeling, high-precision sensors, and advanced materials, open the door to untapped technologies. Engineers and physicists today are beginning to explore resonant energy networks, wireless power at large scales, and frequency-based environmental sensing that could revolutionize energy distribution, global communications, and even planetary defense systems. Tesla's vision of harmonizing technology with natural energy flows offers a conceptual framework for sustainable, scalable, and efficient technological infrastructure that has only recently become feasible with modern equipment. In essence, Tesla's hidden experiments, secret archives, and untapped technologies represent both a historical treasure and a roadmap for the future. They remind us that innovation is not confined to what has been built, but to what is possible when curiosity, insight, and rigorous experimentation converge. As science continues to advance, Tesla's discoveries will remain a source of inspiration, guidance, and practical potential. His unfulfilled projects today serving as the foundation for tomorrow's breakthroughs. In conclusion, Tesla's hidden experiments, secret archives, and untapped technologies represent both a historical treasure and a roadmap for the future. They remind us that innovation is not confined to what has been built, but to what is possible when curiosity, insight, and rigorous experimentation converge. As science continues to advance, Tesla's discoveries will remain a source of inspiration, guidance, and practical potential. His unfulfilled projects today serving as the foundation for tomorrow's breakthroughs.
The Secret War and Legacy of Nikola Tesla. The summer of 1943 in New York was unusually hot. The city sweltered, but inside the dimly lit hotel room of the legendary inventor Nikola Tesla, something far stranger than the heat was building. Tesla had spent decades exploring the invisible forces that bind the universe, electricity, magnetism, resonance, and now, as he lay gravely ill, he whispered to the few who would listen that his work had reached a dangerous stage. The world thought him eccentric, a dreamer lost in forgotten equations and humming coils. They were wrong. Tesla had glimpsed a future powered by forces that most could not comprehend. Forces that, if misused, could reshape the planet or destroy it. Tesla died quietly in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel on January 7, 1943, at the age of 86. His death seemed to mark the end of a life of brilliance, eccentricity, and unrealized invention. But behind closed doors, the story of Nikola Tesla was far from over. Within days, government agents arrived at the hotel. The Office of Alien Property Custodian, acting under wartime mandates, seized his papers, notebooks, and models, 40 trunks in total. Some claimed Tesla's genius had been stolen for national security. Others whispered of hidden experiments and theories too dangerous for the public. The war may have ended in Europe, but another conflict, one over knowledge,
energy and technology was only beginning. The year after Tesla's death, the world was still engulfed in fire. Yet, in quiet corridors of the OSS headquarters in Washington, a different kind of battle was being fought, a battle over knowledge that could determine the future of humanity itself. In a sealed room known only as Room X, Colonel James Harper sat with two men, Dr. Vannevar Bush, head of the Office of Scientific Research and Development, and Dr. John G. Trump, tasked with examining Tesla's papers. "Let's be clear," Bush said, measured, almost priestly. "The material confiscated from Tesla's hotel room isn't just eccentric rambling. Some of these schematics reference fields we don't even have mathematical models for yet." Trump nodded. "There are references to longitudinal energy waves, what he called scalar waves. They move through the ether itself, not space in the conventional sense. If he was right, they could transmit power or information instantaneously." Harper leaned forward. "Instant communication, instant energy transfer. Imagine what the Germans could do with that." Bush replied, "That's why we'll keep it classified. No public record, no patents. The world isn't ready for this." And with that, Tesla's legacy was sealed behind steel doors and red tape. Across the Atlantic, Soviet intelligence was already in motion. Ivan Smirnov, a physicist turned agent under Stalin's orders, scoured war-torn Europe for Tesla's missing documents. From Berlin to Prague to Belgrade, he sought fragments of Tesla's work, convinced the Americans could not be allowed them all. Within a year, Smirnov had transported images of Tesla's notes to Moscow, informing Soviet scientists of experiments that could manipulate the Earth's energy fields and possibly time itself. Meanwhile, in the United States, Dr. Trump and his team attempted to replicate one of Tesla's final designs, the magnifying transmitter. A giant coil surrounded by a spherical terminal, the apparatus produced millions of volts. When activated, it emitted a low musical hum. Instruments went haywire, compass needles spun, and the floor vibrated. Objects in the room buzzed with unseen energy. And then it stopped. A steel sphere nearby was dented inward, compressed as if by some invisible force. Trump whispered, almost to himself. He wasn't talking about energy transmission. He was talking about field manipulation. Across the world, Soviet scientists conducting Project Kronos experimented with high-voltage resonance near Lake Baikal. In 1954, an experiment generated what they called a temporal echo, signals appearing a fraction of a second before they were emitted. Rumors circulated that a technician vanished for minutes and returned older and confused. The project, still secret, sought to explore Tesla's theories of time and resonance. By the early Cold War, Tesla's principles had infiltrated both U.S. and Soviet military research. Project Bluefire in the U.S. tested directed energy and atmospheric resonance, laying conceptual groundwork for HARP decades later. Towers in Alaska and Nevada experimented with frequencies that resonated with the Earth itself. Locals reported auroras appearing out of season. Compass needles drifted. Tesla's wireless vision had been weaponized and hidden in plain sight. As decades passed, fragments of Tesla's work resurfaced in scientific research. Scalar electromagnetics, high-frequency energy transfer, and wireless power experiments were quietly advanced in military and academic laboratories. Reports of anomalies, unexplained energy effects, and field manipulations continued, even as mainstream science largely dismissed Tesla's more radical ideas. Yet his vision persisted in the development of global communications, energy transmission, and electromagnetic research. By the early 1980s, the world had entered a new technological era. satellite communications, advanced radar systems, and ionospheric research all traced conceptual lineage to Tesla. Even the most sophisticated AI systems, quantum networks, and renewable energy grids would in part rely on principles he explored in his Manhattan hotel room decades earlier. Tesla's genius, long hidden behind government classification and scientific skepticism, was quietly shaping the modern world. Tesla's resonance principles also influenced fusion research, plasma physics, and quantum computing. Engineers and physicists recognized that his harmonic and frequency-based methods offered strategies for stabilizing qubits, managing plasma confinement, and controlling energy at micro and macro scales. His experiments with high-voltage, high-frequency currents anticipated methods used to probe the quantum world, control electromagnetic fields, and even interact with biological systems through electromagnetic neuromodulation. In renewable energy, Tesla's vision of efficient, wireless, and decentralized grids inspired the development of modern microgrids and planetary energy networks. Solar and wind farms rely on high-frequency converters and harmonic controllers, a direct conceptual extension of Tesla's principles of energy efficiency and resonant transfer. Space-based solar power initiatives echo his early dreams of transmitting energy over vast distances, utilizing resonance and field manipulation in ways only now possible with advanced materials and modern engineering. Tesla's influence extends to artificial intelligence, where harmonic principles, energy optimization, and resonance models inform algorithms managing global energy distribution, predictive infrastructure, and autonomous networks. His approach to pattern recognition and system integration anticipated modern AI's ability to model complex interconnected systems in energy, environment, and communications. In medicine, Tesla's early observations on oscillating fields and biological interactions presaged modern neuromodulation, magnetic stimulation, and bioelectromagnetic imaging. Devices that safely interact with neural tissue, modulate brain activity, and improve diagnostics owe conceptual debts to Tesla's experiments with resonance and energy harmonics. But the most tantalizing aspect of Tesla's work remains his hidden experiments and secret archives. Many of his notebooks and prototypes, confiscated and partially classified, hint at technologies never realized: high-frequency wireless power at planetary scale, directed energy systems, Earth-resonant energy harvesting, and even speculative experiments with time resonance effects. Modern engineers, physicists, and computational scientists are only now beginning to explore these concepts using computational modeling, advanced materials, and high-precision instrumentation. Tesla's unfulfilled projects may yet enable wireless energy grids, long-range communication networks, advanced propulsion systems, and planetary-scale energy and sensing infrastructures. Even the speculative aspects of Tesla's work are finding practical echoes. Experiments in quantum resonance, zero-point energy, and high-frequency gravitational wave detection resonate with his vision of energy as a universal, manipulatable phenomenon. His notebooks suggest the possibility of tapping environmental energy fields, stabilizing quantum systems, and even modulating energy for communication and propulsion. While Tesla lacked the technology to fully realize these ideas,
His conceptual framework is now accessible through modern physics and engineering. Looking toward the future, Tesla's influence is poised to expand. Space-based power systems, global wireless energy grids, AI-managed energy networks, fusion research, quantum communication, and bioelectromagnetic technologies all trace conceptual roots to his insights. Tesla's principles of resonance, harmonics, and efficient energy transfer provide a unifying framework for emerging technologies that could define the next century. Nikola Tesla's genius was not limited to what he built, but to what he envisioned. His work, hidden, classified, or unrealized,
remains a roadmap for future innovation. The Earth, the cosmos, and the fundamental structures of energy, frequency, and matter are all in some way still guided by his discoveries. Tesla once wrote, "The present is theirs, the future for which I really worked is mine." Today, that future is beginning to unfold. Wireless energy, planetary resonance experiments, quantum computing, AI integrated energy systems, and advanced space technologies are the first tangible realizations of his century-old vision. Tesla's story demonstrates that innovation transcends time. What was once dismissed as fantasy is now embedded in the foundations of modern science. His legacy is alive in every pulse of energy, every oscillating qubit, every wireless transmission, and every resonance experiment across the globe. Tesla's vision of a world interconnected, powered efficiently, and guided by the principles of nature continues to shape humanity's understanding of technology, science, and the future itself. The hidden, unbuilt, and theoretical work of Nikola Tesla represents not only the culmination of his life's genius, but also an invitation. It is an invitation for humanity to continue exploring the invisible forces that govern our universe, to harness energy wisely, and to innovate with imagination, rigor, and vision. Tesla's genius endures not as relics in museum displays, nor solely in historical accounts, but in the living technologies that define the modern world, and in the limitless possibilities that remain waiting to be realized.